can do this. I can do this. They will want to help.
Is this where we're meeting the centaurs?
Well, they don't exactly know we're coming, so it's less of a meeting and more of a surprise.
Once we tell them about the Snidgets, they'll understand why we came, and they'll...
I hope you're right. Perhaps they'll be able to tell that we're sincere. There's some...
I suppose they are known for having an air of omniscience.
That's exactly the right word. I just...
What is it?
It's nothing, truly.
Speaking of secrets, I do want to tell you why Victor Rookwood's after me, and Ranrock's after something I found at Gringotts. Fig had a portkey that led us there after the dragon attack.
Goodness. Well, of course, I'll guard your secret.
We'll simply be honest with them about what we're...
Yes, of course. We'll meet with them.
What do you think you're doing here, humans?
Please! We were hoping to speak with you.
Ah! I suppose you'd like a tale for your friends of the time you spoke to a centaur, and it spoke back.
No! Never! We're here because we need your help.
Enough! You made a grave error in judgment in coming here, little witch.
Leave them be, Alec. We do not harm the young. It is not our way.
You forget your place, old fool. I'm the leader of this herd, and while you cling to our way, their kind continue to slaughter beasts like us without a care!
From what I can see, they have slaughtered no one. They will leave here unharmed.
Mark my words, Doran. If I ever see them again, it will be all 3 of your heads.
Foolish children. Do you know what happens to wizards who wander here? Now, follow me before
Golden Snidgets are still alive, and the poachers are after them. They know that the key to finding them lies in the moonlight, but they don't know what that means, yet. Please, help us find the Snidgets before the poachers do.
Could it be? In the south, there is a cave within which lies what the poachers seek. A moonstone. Retrieve it and place it in the henge in the forest. I, on the other hand, must go speak with the herd. Find me after you have done this.
I don't understand. So the moonlight mentioned in the journal doesn't refer to actual moonlight, but to a moonstone. What do moonstones have to do with Snidgets? And why was he so certain about where we could find one?
Isn't moonstone all around us? Why retrieve one from a cave?
Knowing centaurs, I suspect he's referring to a specific moonstone. We'll likely know it when we see it.
I don't know, but I am inclined to believe him, what with his being a centaur and all.
I am too. It is a shame how quickly he left. What was his name? Doran.
That's what the leader of the herd called him.
Well, if Doran knows something we don't, I'd rather act now and ask questions later. I can head to the library and start looking into the cave you mentioned. I'll let you know what I find.
Revelio. Ha.
Are you ready to put an end to Harlow?
I'm ready to do what's needed to take Harlow down. I know you have a plan.
We must gather information from the friends of Agabus Filbert.
All right.
I suggest... And as my mother would never go near the Hog's Head, she is less likely to learn of my activities than if...
Where am I to find these friends of his?
I do not know about Mr. Rabe, but his wife, Daisy, is often in Hogsmeade, as is Agabus Filbert. And Otto Dibble, he works at Gladrags, so you will likely find him there.
What sort of information am I trying to gather from these people?
They may know what evidence Mr. Bickle had against Harlow, or they may have evidence of their own. We simply need to know whatever they know.
Very well. I'll speak with them. See what I can learn.
I knew I could rely on you. We need to know how they are being blackmailed by Rookwood and Harlow. Meet me here after you have spoken with them. Hopefully, by the time you return, I will be able to move a bit more freely.
Revelio.
What are we looking for today?
Mrs. Rabe should be nearby.
Oh, Isco, what have I done?
Mrs. Rabe, I wondered if I might speak with you about Theophilus Harlow. I'm a friend of the Bickles and I'm trying to gather evidence against him.
Poor Joanna and little Archie. And now Harlow has taken my darling Isco.
What do you mean? Why?
I'm a security guard at Gringotts, and my husband is a curse breaker for them. Harlow approached me about helping him extort my colleagues into giving him treasures from the vaults.
And you declined?
Of course I declined. Repeatedly. I thought they'd given up, until I came home one night and found my husband gone, and a note affixed to my door with a knife. The note stated that I only had a few days to reconsider helping with some banking needs, and that my husband would appreciate it if I acted quickly. But the help Harlow wants is help that I cannot give, and my dearest Isco is paying the price.
Why wouldn't Harlow extort your husband?
Isco's job is even more removed from the vaults than mine. He travels the world for the bank. He could do nothing for Harlow. I'm the one in the bank on a daily basis, which evidently makes me an enticing target for blackmail.
Have you helped Harlow since your husband was taken?
No, I'm worried sick about Isco, but he'd never want me to compromise my integrity. I also know that he's extremely clever. That said, I was hoping he would have escaped by now. It makes me concerned as to why he hasn't.
Are you sure the note means that your husband was kidnapped?
What else could it possibly mean? Besides, I came home to find that someone had trampled the daisies in our garden. It may sound silly, but those were Isco's pride and joy. He would never have let that happen.
Thank you, Mrs. Rabe. Knowing the lengths that Harlow will go to is helpful, albeit more than disturbing.
Mr. Bickle was trying to help us, but now he's gone. I don't know what to do.
I shall do all I can to get evidence against Harlow, Mrs. Rabe.
Very well. Here's the note I received. You must be careful.
Some evidence worth hanging on to.
Thank you. I hope it's not too late.
Now to find Mr. Bickle's other two friends. Otto Dibble works at Gladrags. I should check there.
Please tell me you didn't take it. But perhaps it's been here all along.
Mr. Dibble, may I speak with you? It's about Theophilus Harlow.
I've nothing to say about him. May I interest you in a stunning cravat today?
Please, sir, I would like to help. I spoke to Mrs. Bickle.
You know the Bickles? All right. But we must be discreet. Can't have Mr. Hill hearing this.
I know Mr. Hill. He was kind to me the day of the troll attack.
Oh, he's a good man. But even he wouldn't understand about Harlow. It started a few weeks ago. I was distracted, reading a note, when you-know-who came into the shop. I hid the note behind the counter and offered to help him. He stared at me for a moment, then asked me to check on an order he'd placed. I went into the storeroom to check on what turned out to be a non-existent order. When I returned, he was holding the note.
What was in the note?
It was a note from Rosie Hill, Mr. Hill's daughter. You see, we've been, well, secretly engaged these past 6 months. We haven't told Mr. Hill yet. I dare say he has higher hopes for her. Harlow advised me in no uncertain terms that my relationship with Rosie, not to mention my employment here, depended upon my cooperation.
What did he ask you to do?
It all happened so quickly. In an instant, he took a very expensive scarf from the counter, pocketed it, and smiled. He said, "Your secret is safe as long as I can supply my lady friend with delightful items like..." I've been able to cover for his request, but I can't keep it out for much longer.
Could you give me a bit more detail about the note?
It's on Rosie's special pink stationery. It has her monogram at the top, RH. That's how Mr. Hill would know it was real.
What have you been doing to keep the extortion a secret?
Well, as I mentioned, creative bookkeeping, and I've also been trying to cover the cost. Of course, none of this bodes well for my efforts to improve my circumstances.
I met Mr. Hill the day of the troll attack. He was kind to me. Why don't...
He's a lovely man, but when it comes to Rosie, I fear he loses all perspective. If he'd see, I'd lose my job instantly.
Thank you for telling me.
I would love nothing. As for Rosie's letter, should you happen upon it, I have committed it.
Understood.
Now hurry off before Mr. Hill returns. Where was I?
We're on the right track. Now to find the last of Mr. Bickle's friends. Agabus Filbert must be around here somewhere.
Hello there.
Excuse me, Mr. Filbert. I wondered if I might speak with you about your dealings with Theophilus Harlow.
Oh, tragic, what happened to Bickle. He wanted me to speak out against Harlow but I feared Harlow's retaliation.
If you had spoken out against him as Mr. Bickle asked.
Perhaps, but...
You said that Harlow committed an act of violence against...
Before my extraordinary wife, as a surprise for her birthday, one day Harlow came calling to punish me for having... Before I knew it, I'd been petrified, and Harlow was rifling through my home. I watched helplessly, lying there in my entranceway as I was shaken to my core.
I imagine you fear Harlow retaliating again.
I suppose I have no choice. Harlow does not like people talking, as you already know.
I've spoken with Mr. Bickle's friends. Now to find Natty.
I do love
To be late. She said she was going to the Hog's Head. Perhaps I'll find her there. Revelio. Natty must be around here somewhere. Revelio. Natty's wand. She can cast without it. She wanted me to find this. She's in trouble. Revelio will show me where she was taken.
Nosy little students get what's coming to them.
Revelio.
What?
childhood we had. And don't need barrels of chocolate from.
Natty must have been taken this way. I need to find her quickly. Footprints led to this room. There must be another way forward. hidden door. Natty must have been taken this way. I need to find her quickly.
I've robbed every traveling vendor that's passed through here. They never see it coming.
I'd better be sure I'm not seen.
Let's finish this job and be done with it. Time is it.
When you have a cloak like that, you can blame it on
Could do worse than Peter Pan Ford. Shopkeeper.
It's not gonna work.
It might.
Using that girl as bait, no one's coming for her. We ought to just kill her.
Harlow says her friend would be reckless enough. He wants them alive.
Only a whole stupid would be arrogant enough to come in here alone.
Just keep an eye out.
Hey,
Revelio.
I remember my father speaking. Seems now they're at home and they don't mind.
Not my fault if a customer skips the fine print and I have to break a few bones.
I don't want to work with goblins. Not now, not ever. Rookwood's gone mad.
Nuisance when supplies run low, though. Always makes me nervous when our stock's on.
I don't mind breaking a few bones if there's a few galleons in it for me.
Has your brain been infested with bugs? Am I over like that? You're gonna kill me.
I ought to pay that pretty little chauffeur in Bagan Tig. Is it?
I met with the Hogsmeade laser. There are some trouble. They need to be reminded that we are still running.
So hurrah, me lads in Rookwood times is glad.
Revelio.
Everyone in Upper Hogsmeade shudders when they see me coming, and rightfully so.
Locks and guards.
How come I always draw the shorts?
Lucas Vitalis.
I've had enough of Feldcroft. Hope I never have to see it again. Girl's been nothing but trouble. About time you locked her up. It's exhausting. Standing here all day waiting to do Rookwood's work for him. He can fight his own battles. I hope...
Anyone looking for trouble?
I'm going straight to Hogshead.
Revelio.
You'll tell on us first chance he gets.
Hey, was it upper or lower Hogsmeade you raided last week? Oi!
Well, if you weren't so forgetful, we'd probably have more, wouldn't we? Can never have too many sacks, my friend.
They don't...
Book of poems that was taken from Agabus Filbert. He'll be thrilled to have this back.
What are we even doing here? We ought to be at the Hogshead. This is a waste of our time. I don't want to work with goblins. Not now, not ever. Rookwood's gone mad.
On
never get lost, me.
How did I get mixed up in this? Doing Rookwood's work for him?
Because I'm not messing about.
Let's finish this job and be done with it. Waste of time, this is.
It's been a bit grim, I won't deny, but the tides will turn for us soon.
I shan't be having none of your nonsense. Leave me like that again and you'll soon find yourself with now for poachers at your back.
I may go to Hogsmeade later, stir up some trouble. They need to be reminded that we're still running things. Everyone in Upper Hogsmeade shudders when they see me coming, and rightfully so.
You've been straying from your instructions. Don't interrupt me. Mind yourself. Understood? What?
Lower Hogsfield needs some...
Be on the lookout for the girl's friend, if they're daft enough to try to come through here.
Do you remember the first life you took?
Oi!
It's always a pleasant surprise when there are no surprises.
Students these days, so full of themselves. Suppose that's what we're counting on, innit?
I've seen her show more affection to a hall club.
Got my eye on a few nearby hamlets. Very ordained of their name.
We should speak to her again. Perhaps she'll tell us where we can find that friend of hers.
She's determined to say nothing. The boss will deal with her when he arrives. The more graves I fill, the more galleons I get. Won't hear me complaining.
It's exhausting. Standing here...
Expulsor!
Flash of inspiration.
Knew you were still hanging about.
must have been taken this way. I need to find her quickly. I'd better be sure I'm not seen.
I robbed every traveling vendor that's passed through here. They never see it coming.
It's not gonna work.
It might.
Using that girl as bait, no one's coming for her. We ought to just kill her.
Harlow says her friend will be reckless enough. He wants them alive.
Only a Hogwarts student would be arrogant enough to come in here alone.
Just keep an eye out.
Revelio.
Thing is, who's to say?
I don't trust Randolph, I'll tell you that. You'll tell them that's the first chance we get. I've had enough of Spellcroft, and I never have to see it again. Let's finish this job and be done. Time, this is.
Extorting desperate kids suits me just fine.
When we're done here, I'm going straight to the Hog's Head. Or perhaps I'll just...
There's trouble afoot.
Girl's been nothing but trouble. About time we locked her up.
You can learn a lot from weather though, can't you? It's like
Everyone in Upper Hogsmeade shudders when they see me coming, and rightfully so.
Book of poems that was taken from Agabus Filbert. He'll be thrilled to have this back.
Yes, there've been mistakes, but I can't complain. If I'm to think of it, we've seen far worse in our years.
Be on the lookout for the girls for Velliet, if they're daft enough to try to come through here.
Lower Hogsfield needs some stocks after our little visit.
Call out for me!
I'm able to Hogsmeade later. Stir up some trouble. They need to be reminded that we're still running things.
Students these days, so full of them. Suppose that's what we're counting on, isn't it?
They don't seem to care for me in Hogsmeade. Can't say I blame them what with all I've done there.
Otto Dibble's love letter from Rosie. He wanted me to destroy this if I found it.
The fog flies in us a bit, I'll agree. Nonetheless, we have good spoils for our hands. And so should we hold our heads.
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
Come to think of it, months ago I had a brooch. Nice it was. Sparkled like the glint in my eyes when I find out which one of you thieving lots stole.
Hey,
I don't trust Ranrock, I'll tell you that. He'll turn on us first chance he gets.
I remember my father's speaking this time.
we should speak to her again. Perhaps she'll tell us where we can find that friend of hers.
She's determined to say nothing. The boss will deal with her when he arrives.
I take what I want.
The girl's friend won't come looking for her. Too dangerous. We're wasting our time.
What does it tell us? Natty must be here somewhere.
You found us! I knew you would realize I had left my wand for you. Speak to Mr.
Over here. I need your help.
Mr. Rabe? Daisy told me you'd been abducted.
You spoke with my wife. How is she?
Worried about you. Are you all right?
I am all right. Thank you for coming. These locks are cursed, and there's an anti-apparition jinx on the cells. Even Natty's skill with wandless magic cannot free us. I need you to find my wand.
Use mine. We'll find yours together once you're out of there.
I need my wand for this. Using one with which I have no connection may not work as well or as quickly, and we cannot risk detection.
I shall do my best. Any idea where it might be?
It's nearby. I can sense it.
Understood. I'll find it.
Your friend Natty was not able to summon my wand. It must be blocked by something.
Mr. Abe's wand could be in there. Hello, Amora. Mr. Abe's wand. He'll be glad to have this back. Mr. Abe, I found your wand.
Well done. I knew it was nearby. Now, you best stand back. One never knows how a curse will react to being broken.
Thank you, Mr. Isco.
My pleasure. And thank you, my friend. We owe our lives to your bravery. I may be too weak to disapparate with you both, but I can try.
You go ahead. Find Officer Singer. We will get out of here on our own.
Very well. But be careful. Thank you, my young friends.
Be prepared for a fight. These Ashwinders must pay. Go lightly. Be as a shadow.
I may go to Hogsmeade later. There are some troubles. They need to remind us that we're still running things.
Revelia.
It's been brilliant. I won't
won't deny, but the tides will turn for us soon.
How did I get mixed up in this? Doing Rookwood's work for him?
Has your brain been infested with bug demands? A maneuver like that could have got us killed.
I don't trust Ranrock, I'll tell you that. He'll turn on us first chance we get.
Well, if you weren't so forgetful, we'd probably have more, wouldn't we? Can never have too many sacks, my friend.
I've had enough of Felcroft. Hope I never have to see it again.
Nuisance whence everyone in Upper Hogsfield shudders when they see me coming, and rightfully so.
I've waited Rockford more times than I can count.
It's exhausting, standing here all day waiting to do Rookwood's work for him. He can fight his own battles.
Let's find Officer Singer and put an end to Harlow once and for all.
Natsai Onai. I should have known. And you, the troll dispatcher. Oh, thank goodness the two of you are safe. Isco Rabe told me a couple of students had rescued him. Should have known it was you two.
Is Mr. Rabe all right?
He is. I sent him home to his wife, Miss Onai. Your mother will not be pleased to learn that you're still risking your safety pursuing these dangerous men.
Actually, Officer Singer, Natty and I learned of several Hogsmeade residents who've had their lives threatened by the Ashwinders. In addition to abducting Mr. Rabe to blackmail his wife and Natty, Rookwood and Harlow have also extorted Agabus Filbert and Otto Dibble.
I will look into all of that. As for the two of you, I appreciate what you're trying to do, but you are taking great risk. Next time, please let the authorities handle the Ashwinders.
Yes, officer. Do you have enough evidence to take down Harlow and the rest of Rookwood's lot?
Well, it's certainly a good start. We shall see. But you can leave this to me now. Natsai, you may wish to speak with your mother about this before I do.
My mother will not like this. Thank you again for rescuing me. We shall speak soon.
You don't ever want to phone.
I remember you.
Revelio.
Does he think he's got half an hour? Away from today's young, I'd say.
Revelio.
The tales of Beetle the Bard still ring true today.
Revelio. Alohomora. Revelio. Mine now, demiguise. Alohomora. Revelio. Alohomora. Revelio.